Greetings everyone and welcome to Batocera Nation. So glad that you could join us. Well, it's been a while since I've recorded anything for my channel. For those of you who don't know, I got hit really hard with COVID after my last recording. And it was not until this past Sunday that I finally was able to say I'm fully recovered and finally feeling much better. So I'm ready to start recording again in our channel. So the last video I worked on was on Yuzu emulation. And I had this postscript on that video indicating that the only controller that seemed to work for Yuzu emulation was an Xbox 360 controller. And none of the other ones worked. And I was saying, hopefully we can find a solution to our problem. Well, the good news is we do have a solution. And that solution was provided by this young man. And most of you probably don't know who he is. Well, he's the who's who in Batocera among the French community. And in fact, if you are French and you use Batocera, you probably know who he is. In fact, I even think he's a mini celebrity there in France. So he's a great kid. He's been working with Batocera and providing tutorials as well. And he's got a pretty big following. He even has a Batocera Linux Facebook page that you have to join, okay? And yes, even though everything is in French, you still can translate the discussions so you know what's going on, okay? So I'm going to point you to his fan club page and a big shout out to him saying thank you, because he was the one that has actually done the script to get the Switch emulation up and running in Batocera. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you. And so the solution is right here. For those of you who already downloaded this, just go ahead and re-download it. I'm going to go ahead and show you the content. It's much bigger than the original one, okay? But once again, there is no Switch games in here. There's no keys whatsoever, okay? Just the different stuff that you need to get this up and running, okay? So go ahead again and download it again. You can just go into the zip file and just download it, okay? And once you download it, it's going to look like this, okay? Everything has been translated from the French to English, okay? And this is what you got to just copy all this into the share folder, okay? So you can go ahead and either use your network to copy all this, or put it in a portable hard drive. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this into a portable hard drive, and from there we'll load up Batocera, copy that, and then we're going to just test things out, all right? Okay, so in Batocera, let's go ahead and press F1 on the keyboard, and I've got my portable hard drive, and let's go ahead and select everything here, select all, copy, go into the share folder, and just go ahead and paste it, okay? It's going to ask you, do you want to overwrite everything? You say yes, overwrite everything. And it should take about a minute or so. So I'm going to go ahead and fast forward this section. Okay, so we are done. Let's go ahead and go into Files, close Window, and then go into the Start button, Game Settings, Update Games List. All right, and then let's go ahead and test things out. There it is. All right, so I'm testing this out on an Xbox One controller. I've tested it out also on several 8-bit controllers as well. Everything is working fine, regardless of what controller I'm using. But again, let's just go ahead and test this game out using an Xbox One controller. So as you can see, the Xbox One controller worked perfectly fine. And again, All the other controls, I've tried it out, everything works well, okay? So let's go ahead and go into the back button, and let's go into Advanced System Options, okay? So you can see that we've got different options here, okay? Of all these, this one works the best, the Yuzu. This one doesn't work at all. This one, sometimes it works, it loads it up, but and then it just crashes, it just gets out of it altogether. So I just say, just go ahead and stick with this one, okay? And of course, you can usually pick OpenGL, leave it on auto, that's fine. And you can also mess around with this if you need to. Okay. System languages, you've got these options right here as well. All right. For the most part, leave things the way they are. Leave it on the default settings, okay? All right. All right, so Yuzu emulation is working perfectly fine now. I'm about to set a version 32 or version 31. Once again, thanks to that French young man who fixed it for us, okay? All right, so for my next video, I've got a major update for Flatpak, okay, that Nicholas has been working on. It's going to make it much easier to install and uninstall Flatpak apps. So if you have had any trouble with these Flatpak apps, you definitely want to watch the next video tutorial, okay? I'm going to show you what's been added, what's been changed, okay? Before I wrap everything up, I want to give a shout out to Ross from Retro Game Corps. Turns out back in early August, he went ahead and created a video, turned a USB flash drive into a portable gaming system, and he gave us a shout out in his video. I didn't know what was going on. That Sunday, I remember in the early afternoon, suddenly I got a whole bunch of subscribers, and I was thinking to myself, what in the world is going on? Why do I have all these new subscribers? And when it turns out, I found out later on that he had given me a shout out. So I really appreciate Ross. He didn't have to do it. I really appreciate it. And in fact, if you like emulation, then check out his channel. I'm a subscriber there as well. So thank you, Ross, for your shout out. I really appreciate it. And you have a great, wonderful channel. Okay, so that's a wrap up. Next time we're going to be talking about the new update to Flatpak. So you don't want to miss that, especially if you've been having trouble with Flatpak. We now have a new easy solution that Nicholas has been working on. So I'm going to cover that next time. Thank you so much for watching Batocera Nation. If you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. I've got a lot more tutorials coming up real soon. Thank you for your time, and I'll see you next time on Batocera Nation. Bye.